Right, I've got a test coming up in a few weeks' time.
Okay.
And my instructor, who couldn't make it today because he's gone off playing golf, but he has got the same car as you, so I am familiar with the controls of the Fiesta. He said we were going to do overtaking and crossing and anticipation.
Okay.
So overtaking, crossing, and crossing the path, and
Yep.
anticipation. So my name's Tony.
Hi, Tony.
So I'll hand over to you.
I'm Clark. How are you?
Got any questions before we start?
No, not outside of the.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good. So, how long you got to go for your test?
About 3 weeks.
Okay. You feeling confident?
Yeah, yeah.
Bit nervous, maybe?
Yeah, yeah.
No problems at all.
No.
Brilliant. So, we're going to shoot out today. Obviously, we're going to cover anticipation.
Yeah.
Because at this subject level, we always cover anticipation. We're going to look at your overtaking and crossing the path. Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is, mainly where we're doing right turns with
Yep.
traffic coming towards us. Right, do you want to get yourself nice and set up in the car?
All right, yeah.
Go through your cockpit drill.
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions before we shoot off.
Yeah.
When you're following cars in traffic, how far should you be behind them?
Oh, the 2 second gap in it.
Yeah. But how do you work out if you are 2 seconds behind them?
Oh, I wait till they reach a certain point, a stationary point, and I say to myself, only your full brakes, 2 second rule.
Yeah, terrific. And when they're stopping in traffic and you have to stop behind them, how do you know when you've stopped in enough space behind them?
Oh, tires and tarmac.
Yeah, terrific, well done. Okay. And obviously we're going to look at overtaking today. And this subject of anticipation we're looking at, what do you think it really means?
Oh, it's
What are
me.
we anticipating?
Oh, it's me trying to work out what somebody does before they do it, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'll give you a bit of a scenario. We're in a busy town centre. We're making a left-hand turn. We can't see what's around the corner, but it's lunchtime. It's a busy day. What are you anticipating around the corner?
Oh, pedestrians.
Yeah, terrific, well done. All right, why don't we go for a bit of a drive? You start the car off.
Oh. Is there any question, just out of roll, you forgot to ask me there?
Yes.
What's
Yeah, there
that?
is. So... Oh, no. Oh, that was a different question. I've lost it now. I was going to say how long you've been driving for, but you got your test in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
A good question might be, have we ever overtaken?
yeah, of course it would be. Tony, have you done any overtaking so far?
No,
Any of your lessons?
been on the dual carriageway loads of times, but because I go out in the rush hour, every time I go on the dual carriageway, the traffic's moving along about 20-30 mile an hour.
Okay. Well, look, hopefully we'll get some real overtakes in today. But if we don't, we'll be able to talk about them on the move
All right.
and cover them over. But do you know, because you're only a little bit away from taking your test, do you know what the sequence of events is as you lead up to doing an overtake?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What are they?
It's the mirror circumposition speed at routine.
Yeah, and then what about coming in after you've done the overtake? What are you gonna do?
It's the mirrors and indicate and
Which mirror are you gonna do first?
interior mirror.
And then which mirror?
Oh, left mirror.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go out and have a bit of a drive then.
Alright. And we're going to turn left out of the car. Right out of the car park.
So turn right out the car park. Okay, so there's a bus up there. There's people getting off it. So what can you anticipate might be coming up now?
Oh, pedestrians.
Yeah. And as they're all approaching the junction, what do you think could be happening there?
Oh, they're gone now.
Yeah. So there's a bus stopping. What can we anticipate with the bus stopping? What might be happening there?
Pedestrians walking around.
Yeah.
The bus or behind the bus.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. So we're going to take extra care for that. Are you comfortable with where your mirrors are?
I'm stretching a bit, am I?
Yeah.
Hurt my neck a bit.
Yeah. Do you know what? When we can, let's just stop in a safe place and we'll just get those mirrors set up properly for you.
I didn't adjust them properly, didn't I?
Yeah. So just stay relaxed in your seat and just do an adjustment there. What can you see on that interior mirror there?
Now I can see the top and bottom of the back window, and I can see the edge of my head, straight in the edge of your head.
Okay, what about your right mirror or your left mirror?
I can see the 2 door handles now, and I can see down the road.
Okay, terrific. All right, you might be better off to. You'll feel more comfortable now when we're going and checking those mirrors.
Flogger, haven't I?
No, I should have checked with you before we pulled away. It's not your fault. Although it's a good reminder for you to make sure you're nice and relaxed in your seat before you adjust them.
And we're going to turn right.
And we're going to turn right, please. So as we drive into this residential area, what do you think you might get an increase of? What's all around us?
Houses.
Yeah, and what are in houses?
Oh, pedestrians.
Yeah. So, especially this time of day, any time of day, it's always good to be on the extra lookout for kids. Yeah.
All right.
So as we come round, hopefully there'll probably be a parked car around to the left of us somewhere. What you can do is, if you ever see a parked car, look underneath the car and look for any legs in front of the car, because it's going to tell you if a kiddie's about to run out or not. Yeah. So if we're driving down the road now, and a football rolls out across the road, what's coming after the football?
A football player.
Yeah, probably not, but it could be a 5-year-old running after the ball, because they're not going to check the road before they cross. Yeah. So this is when we're talking about anticipation. There's some of the things that we're talking about.
And at the end of the road, we're going to turn left.
Brilliant. So at the end of the road, we'll turn left, please, Tony. So as we're heading out of the residential area now, onto some more countryish roads, what can you anticipate on these roads? We haven't got a footpath now, remember?
Oh yeah, pedestrians walking on the road.
Yeah. And how far should you be behind this van now, Tony?
Oh yeah, that's...
What does a fool never do?
Wait, it's 2-second rule.
Yeah.
It's 2-second rule, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you got it now, yeah. It is the 2-second rule, yeah, exactly.
No, that includes all type of roads.
It does, but just remember that if it's wet, what do you do then? What do you do if it's wet? Is it still 2 seconds?
Oh no, it's 4 seconds.
Yeah, what about if it was ice or snow?
No, 10 times as much.
Yeah. When you stop behind the vehicles in traffic, how far should you be stopped behind that van?
Tyres and tarmac.
Yeah, so let's see the tyres and tarmac this time if you have to come to a stop.
We're going to turn left.
Turn left at roundabout, please, Tony. That was better. Why is it important to be able to see tyres and tarmac when we're stopping in traffic?
Oh yeah, if an emergency vehicle comes up behind me, I should be able to move over, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you should. That's exactly right. And why we've got this 2-second rule? Why is that important?
Well, if he stops, I've got to be able to stop, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's about reaction time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay.
I've got to go by overtaking along here, haven't I?
No, not yet. Some of the things you've got to really consider when it comes to overtaking is, when you do overtake, you must be able to overtake without exceeding the speed limit.
Oh.
Yeah. And also, when you're going to overtake, you've got to add in, you've got to imagine there's a car coming towards you at the full speed limit. And so you've got to allow enough time for you to be able to get past safely.
Oh.
So when we're travelling at these sort of speeds, Tony, it's a long way. Yeah. You've got to have a huge open road ahead of you to be able to...
gap there now, look.
Yeah, what's coming towards you?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Don't want to meet him, do you, on the wrong side of the road?
No.
No. So, when it comes to overtaking, you know, you're going to have at least double the distance you can see. Sorry, at least double the distance you need to get past the vehicle in front of you. Because you've got to have the distance it takes you to get past, and then the distance that it takes a car coming at the full road limit speed to come towards you.
If it was clear, could I overtake now?
Well, no, because you go around a bend. Look what you would have met.
No, I mean if it was clear.
But you can't see it's clear because you can't see on the corner.
If I could see it was clear, could I overtake now?
Well, you've got double white lines, so you can't overtake on double white lines, so you couldn't overtake in any scenario.
Oh, can you not overtake on double white lines?
No, you can't overtake on double white lines.
Yeah?
No. The only time you can overtake on double white lines, Tony, is if you've got an agricultural vehicle in front of you that's like at a walking pace. Yeah. If you can see for it to be clear, then you can overtake that vehicle.
Oh, my brother had a police car behind us the other day. And we overtook a vehicle when there was double white lines. We didn't get stopped by the police.
What sort of vehicle was it?
It was a van. A white van.
Oh, was it parked or was it driving?
No, driving.
Okay. Oh, how fast was he going?
About 40 in the 60 limit.
And you had 2 double fixed white lines?
Yeah.
The only way you could have done that legally is if you had room in your lane to go past it without crossing those white lines.
We did.
All right, so you didn't cross the white lines.
No.
Okay. So the rule is, Tawny, you can do whatever you like in your lane in terms of overtaking, but you're not allowed to cross those white lines.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that's why you would have been able to overtake in that scenario. Sorry, I was confused. I thought you meant you'd cross the white lines and gone past. Yeah. So when that line changes, so you've got a split line on your side and a fixed line on the other side of the road, you're then allowed to overtake when it's safe. Yeah?
Not allowed to cross you.
You're allowed to cross that line, yeah, when it's safe. So, how do we work out if we're 2 seconds behind this van then or not?
Oh, when it reaches that stationary object, only if full breaks 2 second rule.
Yeah, excellent. So you know how to judge that properly, which is really good.
Am I far enough back though with 2 seconds?
Yes, you are, yeah.
Oh, I thought the roads are wet.
If they are wet, you need to increase that time. What did we say was the distance for wet roads?
4 seconds.
Yeah, we did. So, you know what? Some patches of the road do look still a little bit wet from where it may have rained earlier. So, if you're ever in doubt, then hang back the 4 seconds. I think we're just driving through sections of road then.
It doesn't make any difference how close the vehicle is behind me.
Well, yeah, of course it does, because if the vehicle's travelling very, very closely behind you, you want to increase the gap between you and the vehicle in front.
Oh, right, so I might need more then.
Yeah, exactly, because if they're travelling close behind you and you need to stop,
I'm going to turn left.
We'll turn left here, please, Tony. You can put your brakes on later and earlier, so it gives them time to react. Because if you just slow down as normal and they're really close behind you, they might run into the back of you. So it's important that you do take that into account. So we've got a cyclist coming up ahead, Tony. So as we approach the cyclist, if he looked over his right shoulder, what might you assume?
Oh, he's going to turn right, isn't he?
Yeah, and what would you do in that case?
Hang back.
Yeah, of course you would.
So I could have overtaken there, couldn't I? If I had somebody in front of me.
I probably wouldn't have overtaken there because I wouldn't have felt like you had enough room to do it safely. Remember, you need all the room you need to overtake, plus that amount of room again in the distance you see ahead of you. Because you've got to imagine you go to overtake, yeah? And then imagine just as soon as you do that, you see a car coming towards you. They're coming towards you. If they're coming towards you at 60 and you're travelling at 60, you don't just need the room that you need to overtake. You need double that room as a minimum. Because they're coming towards you at that rate and you're going towards them at that rate. Does that make sense?
So we're going to turn left.
And we'll turn left here, please. And whenever you're going to overtake people, remember you still must do it within the speed limit. So how close should we be behind the car when we're waiting in traffic?
No, tyres in the wrong way.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we just stop, I don't know, maybe 10 metres behind the car in front of us? then we'll definitely, no matter what comes up behind us, fire truck or anything, we'll definitely be able to move out the way.
Would the bloke behind think I'm parked?
Well, yeah, he might do. So what would be the consequence of him thinking that you're parked?
Might try overtaking me.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
If I was going to overtake here and it was safe to overtake,
Yep.
I'd get up a bit closer behind that vehicle, wouldn't
No. What you need to do is, the safe way to overtake is, when you believe you've got it's safe and you've got enough room on the side of the road, you move out and then you accelerate past the car. Make sure you don't break the speed limit. And the first thing you do is you check your interior mirror. Then you check your right mirror to make sure no one's already overtaking you. Yeah. Then you can pull out and then you accelerate. You don't accelerate up to the car and then move out. Move out and then accelerate. Does that make sense?
it? Yeah, if I've got a momentum going, if I get the...
Yeah, no, you can't do that, because what if all of a sudden something's happened in front of that car which you can't see and he puts his brakes on? He's putting his brakes on, you're accelerating towards him. Yeah, that's going to be pretty disastrous consequences, isn't it?
Yeah, when I was studying for my theory, I didn't quite understand what they were going on about in the highway code, about where it says dead ground or something.
Okay, I'll explain that for you. So as we were driving down this road now, when you're looking down a hill, yeah, there's a patch of road you can't see for a little while. The patches of road you can't see because of hills, ascending and descending,
Yeah.
that's what you call dead ground, yeah? See, as the road comes fully into view now, just as we come over the crest,
Alright.
what you can't see prior to that moment is what we call dead ground, yeah? And it happens when roads go up and down, because you can't see over the hill sometimes.
So can I overtake here then?
Well, no, because we've got a sign there that's telling us that we've got junctions coming up on both sides of the road. So you wouldn't overtake where there's a junction, would you?
Alright.
Yeah, because people using this junction here looking to turn left, they're not checking cars coming from the left, they're checking cars coming from the right. They should be checking both ways, but they might not, because they're not expecting you to be there. So you don't overtake when there's a junction coming up. I mean, when we see that road sign, what can we anticipate about seeing a road sign when there's a junction ahead?
Vehicles are going to be coming out.
Yeah, exactly. So we should be taking extra precaution, shouldn't we? Not considering an overtake. So there's a sign there. What can we anticipate? A junction over here?
The vehicle waiting to emerge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as I see that sign, I just start thinking, don't I?
Yeah, anticipate what could be there.
Yeah, keep an eye on my speed, don't I?
You can still, yeah, I mean, look, it's always very important you never break the speed limit. But, you know, if you're anticipating that someone could be using a junction, you know, there's nothing wrong with easing off just slightly and maybe taking a few miles an hour off.
Yeah, I think Bob, my instructor, keeps banging on about something I have to do first then. What is it?
Well, remember, before you ever adjust your speed, up or down, you always check your interior mirror
That's
first.
the one, you check the mirrors, yeah.
Do you know why it's important that you check the mirror first?
Yeah, I've got to know how the distance speed of that vehicle be on, haven't I?
Yeah, exactly. And if there is a vehicle really close behind you, why wouldn't you want to brake suddenly or slow down?
Does it hit me?
Yeah, especially if he's not expecting you to slow down.
So you tie your mirrors in with anticipation then?
Yeah, mirrors are a big part of anticipation, because it's not just about what's going on in front of you, you've got to know what's going on behind you as well, and that gives you the complete picture. Yeah, because at the moment when we're looking out the windscreen, we're only getting half, because you don't know what's going on behind. And that's why the mirrors are very, very important when it comes to anticipation. So these are some scenarios where we can look under the cars, like that black car over there. If there was a young kid stood behind the car, we could see their legs underneath the car, couldn't we?
All right, yeah.
So we've got a sign there for elderly people crossing, maybe. So it's something we can anticipate as we come around the bend. Could be an old person that's taking a long time to cross the road. So you can check your interior mirror.
Oh yeah, I saw that sign. I could have told you what it meant.
Yeah, brilliant. So what could you be checking the van for before we overtake it?
See when you're going to walk out behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Where there's a van, there's a man, isn't it?
Excellent, that's exactly what I was just about to say.
And we're going to turn.
I will turn right, please.
And we're going to turn left.
I will turn left, please, Tony. So as we're coming back into busier roads and built up areas, what's some of the things we can anticipate that we might find on the road? Yeah, school. So when we're passing a school, is it just school times we should be worrying about?
No, they could be staying back late, couldn't they? I used to always get kept out of school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they could be coming out of schools at any time.
My teacher used to really like me.
You know, just as a general rule, where do pedestrians cross the road?
Anywhere, isn't
Yeah, and when do they cross the road?
it? Anytime.
Exactly. And that's the thing with pedestrians, you always got to be on the lookout for.
Make an advert out of that.
Yeah, you could make the martini advert, couldn't you?
And we're going to turn left.
And we'll turn left up here, please, Tony.
And we're going to turn left.
And we'll turn left again, please. So we haven't had a chance to really do any overtaking yet, Tony. So I was just thinking about I might just run through the process of actually how we overtake.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn right at the bottom.
Yeah, Bob did run through the on the dual carriageway with me.
Yeah.
We never got a chance to do it.
Sure. So when we're on the dual carriageway and we're approaching a slower moving car, what's the first thing you're going to do before you consider overtaking?
No, check the mirrors.
Which one are you going to check first?
No, the middle mirror.
Yeah, why are you checking that one?
True picture.
Yeah. And then what mirror are you going to check after that?
No, then the right mirror.
And what are you checking for?
See if anybody's overtaking me.
And what would you do if there were?
Oh, just let go.
Yeah, yeah, you would. And then do you pop a signal on?
Yeah.
Yep. And when you've passed the car, then what's the procedure for moving back in? What's the very first thing you're going to do?
Check the interior mirror.
Yep. And then what are you going to do next?
Turning right.
Turn right here, please.
Well, Bob said that before I overtake, I check the two mirrors.
Yep.
If it looks clear, I pop the signal on. Then he said I check the two mirrors again and make sure the picture isn't changed.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yep.
And I'll do the same on the way in.
Yeah. And once you've checked the picture, still the same before we move back in. Do you indicate back in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. So another subject we're going to cover today, Tony, is crossing the path of vehicles, which basically means as we're driving down a road like we are now, if we were going to turn right into an oncoming road,
We are going to turn right.
okay. Let's pretend now there was a car coming towards
All right,
us.
yeah.
How do you know it's safe to turn, that you've got enough room to cross that vehicle's path?
If I can walk from there to there, I can drive it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, is there anyone coming towards
No,
you?
no.
Okay. Anyone overtaking you?
No.
Okay, then it's safe to go.
Yeah, I always get a couple of turns on the steering, so it gives me a chance to.
It's really important that you don't begin steering before you make the turn. It's very important because it's quite dangerous. If you've got some turning on the steering wheel before you've moved, and someone runs into the back of you, where do you think your car's going to get pushed to?
Oh, into the road I'm turning into.
Into the oncoming traffic.
Oh, right.
You're going to get yourself in a head-on collision there. Also, it's bad for your car as well, Tony. It can damage the tyres on the car as well. But more importantly, it's not
I'm
safe.
going to turn left.
We'll turn left here. And imagine you're sat at a rating to make a right turn, and you've got your wheels turned to the right, what if there was someone coming towards you? Your tyres are on the wrong. Your wheels are pointing on the wrong side of the road.
Right, never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they could clip them,
And
couldn't they?
turning left.
Turn left here, please. So yeah, you're right with your walk across rule, but just don't make sure you don't begin turning until you're ready to turn. Do your steering and your movement in one go. We might get a chance to practice that anyway. And when it is safe to make your right-hand turn, what else are you looking out for when you're making that right-hand turn? What else could be around using the junction at the same time as you?
I've got pedestrians in the road. I'm turning into.
Yeah, of course you do.
I'm going to turn left.
And we'll turn left here, please.
And we're going to turn left.
And we'll turn left here, please.
And if you get me to find a safe legal for being the stop police on it.
Alright, Tony. We'll just proceed past the vehicles here, and then we'll just stop on the left where it's safe and legal and convenient.
Okay, how did I do?
Yeah, not too bad. How did you find it?
Yeah, it's okay. Right, we'll get a rest every next. We're going to run out of battery in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, check your information, please. Yeah?
Yeah.
What information was wrong? About solid white lines.
Yeah, when I kept asking you, because you would tell me that you'd overtaken with the police car behind you.
Well, it doesn't mean, solid white lines don't mean that you mustn't overtake. They mean you mustn't cross the straddle them, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yeah. That is what I meant, but yeah, I was using the wrong words, using the wrong terminology. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I could come to my test and I could have loads of room, and there's me sitting there with a solid white line in the middle, and everybody else going past me, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do understand that. I just had it wrong in my head, that's all.
Yeah, so obviously I made it so we wouldn't have an opportunity to overtake to make you talk about it.
Yeah.
And even if we had gone the dual carriageway with the trouble on the M1, we wouldn't have got an overtaking anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, talk about it. I had to keep fishing.
Yeah, I
had to keep fishing about.
I thought you had to give me way too many lifelines there and bring up way too many topics that I hadn't already brought up myself.
Why did you bring them up yourself then?
Well, because I hadn't thought about them.
Say?
I hadn't thought about them.
What would you be thinking about if you were looking for an overtake yourself then?
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought the basic information I did bring out about making sure you've got enough room to overtake and making sure that you don't exceed the speed limit when you do that. But yeah, I should have come in.
Well, the first thing I need to consider is the overtake required, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if I know the area and I know just down the road about half a mile there's a roundabout coming up.
Yeah.
You know, a car in front of me might well go the opposite direction. I don't have to do the overtake then, do I? Or there could be a dual carriageway coming up.
Yeah.
It would be safer to wait just a little bit longer rather than.
It would be, yeah.
And you know, if the car in front of me, if it's a 60 mile an hour limit and he's doing 55.
You're not going to be able to do it.
No, I'm going to have to exceed the speed limit, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I need to think about is it safe and is it legal? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to include any junctions around I wouldn't overtake, dead ground where I couldn't see, any infringement on the solid white lines.
Yep.
Yeah, anticipation's always covered quite well.
Yep.
Just need to get in there and just work on talking about the overtaking.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think I did very well on the overtaking.
Yeah, so just imagine you're just. Yeah, imagine it's just about happening, yeah?
Yeah.
I would rather you bring up the scenarios, if it was clear here now, and we were going to overtake, what would we be considering? If I don't know, then you fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get to the end, hasn't even been mentioned, yeah? Yeah, the crossing the path was covered. Obviously, there's no car there. Yeah, I did stick a bit of steering on. I had to tell you I was sticking the steering on.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's something you've been banging on at me all day about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't turn the wheel yet. Yeah, so obviously as I do it, get it straight and the wheel back up again.
Yeah.
I wasn't dry steering because I was actually moving as I was turning the wheel.
You were just shuffling, yeah.
Yeah, but I was turning the wheel before I should have made the turn, so therefore I shouldn't be, should I?
No.
Because you quite rightly said if I get a poke from the vehicle behind me, it's going to push me into the oncoming traffic. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And if I do have to stop and wait, I don't get a poke from behind and somebody is coming towards me, and the front wheel is turned to the right, they could well hit the wheel, couldn't they?
Mm.
Yeah, it's generally not too bad. Let's get there and talk a bit more about the overtaking.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, that was the big subject there, wasn't it?
Mm.
You worked pretty hard on the small subjects, but that really push you on the
Yeah, no, I know you did.
on the overtaking.
Yep.
Yeah, so have a think about that because it's not always going to be possible to get the overtake in, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you were thinking that it was going to be on a dual carriageway.
I was.
And
yeah.
I shocked you when it wasn't, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah. But that was a national speed limit, and most people would be thinking about if the vehicle ahead of them was going very slow, is it going to be safe to overtake?
Yeah.
Is it going to be legal? But brush up on your theory side, yeah?
Mm.
Yeah? If there had been a nice wide bit of road there and a solid white line, I can guarantee you everybody would have been going past me, including the police car behind me, yeah?
Yeah, look, I fully understand that. What I did wrong was, when you described the story to me, I didn't really listen to what you said. I assumed that you said that you overtook on a white line. And you did, but what I didn't really leave room for was the fact that there was enough room for both of you on this side of the white line. And that's how you did the overtake. That's why I was asking you so many questions about it.
Yeah. I think if you read the highway code, it'll tell you that I mustn't overtake if it means I've got to cross or straddle the white line. So you're missing the words out at the end, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not committing any offence if I don't cross or straddle the white line, am I?
No, of course you're not.
Yeah. If it's safe for me to overtake, then yeah, there is the two occasions that I can. Broken down vehicle or slow moving vehicle or turning into an entrance on the right, yeah? Three occasions. But if you read what the highway code says, it doesn't say you must not overtake where there is a solid white line on your side of the road. It says you must not cross or straddle the white line, yeah?
Yeah, I understand that. I just got lost in... I was trying to think to myself, well, how the hell did you cross the white lines?
I didn't.
I know you didn't. I know that now, but that's what I was thinking at the time.
Yeah.
I was wondering how on earth you did it. I was thinking, God, I really missed something here. Until then, you gave me the lifeline. I realised that you did the overtake without even touching the white lines.
Yeah, I mean, you did actually figure it out eventually for yourself, but...
It's because I just assumed at the beginning, that's all. When you said you'd done the overtake with the police car behind you, that you'd overtaken by crossing the white lines. Probably because I was watching the road in front of us, thinking, well, how have you done it? Because there wouldn't have been enough room. If we were on a road that was really wide enough for it to happen, I probably would have guessed it straight away.
Yeah, I mean, was it up to me to bring up the solid white lines that were in the middle of the road, or was it
No,
up to
I
you?
should have practically brought them straight in.
Yeah, it's
Should have checked all your knowledge.
You're the one giving the lesson. I'm the one meant to be learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you're not going to get that many lifelines.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
All right, I'll get that a pause while that clicks off.
Okay.